Well, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, all you good people of the world, all 8 of you that are in the chat. Let's try to get that up to 10 today. Can we get up to 10? So we are here with a unique hodgepodge for you all. And this is probably a hodgepodgier than the other hodgepodges we've had because I think everybody but Ivy is like songs and suggestions of people that have never suggested or like one's an actual legit band that we're going to have today. Hopefully, Dan from this new band called Added Color is here today. I told him he needed to be here during the chat and see if he could say something while we review their song. So that's coming up here in a little bit. And then at the end, since it's a short set, I threw in a little, I don't know, song or two myself. One I know, one is just I threw it in because it's been something that's kind of been requested for a long time on probably the most popular video that we've had on my channel, which I'll explain when I'm about to do that song. Oh, Daniel, is that you? You are in the chat. Everybody say hi to Daniel. He has released with his band, which we'll talk about here in a second, as the third song on the set. I think it's a new single, but he talks about it in the email, so I will just read that email verbatim. Before we get started in this set, I did want to mention that one more time, especially Dan, you're new here if you ever come around here. In the description of every video that we do here, live or if I record it, there is an Excel document, and that Excel document, if you click on it, shows every song that we have done and who turned it in and what band turned it in, or what band the song is from and who turned it in, all the way kind of up till today. So if you ever do want to turn in a song or get a reaction, then you can look at that list to make sure you're not doing a repeat of something that we've already done. As well, there is a link to the Discord because we have like a little, some people who like to chat and get together after these kind of live sessions that we do and recordings and just share music, talk about other things. And then there is also in that schedule what's coming up as far as I can like keep updating it. And so if you haven't checked, also on the channel, if you're a subscriber, it should have popped up by now. We have finished the Casey Kasem's Top 40 2023 version for this year. And we are down to the 5-1. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, at the beginning, it was a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago, we took all the songs that we have done on the channel, and I had to do a top 40 list, and I counted down by fives for each of those videos. So 40 through 36, 35 through 31, etc. And Adrian was the winner of that. And then I decided, hey, why don't we just start doing this for every year? Because that one was practically impossible. Well, it was impossible because I just couldn't pick 40 songs out of all the songs we've been doing on the channel to try to pick my 40 favorite songs. I started originally thinking I was going to do 20, and I just kept pushing up 10 more because it was just impossible. And even 40 was, but I'm not going to do a top 80 list or anything like that. So the 2023 version, we are going to be wrapping up. That is not tomorrow. If you check the date, it is next weekend because I leave for Korea for about a month. So that is the last video. It's on Sunday morning that we will do to wrap up the 2023 version of the top 40. And then we will do a 2024 version next year if the channel's still around by then. And yeah, we'll get to see. I know as I talk to you right now, because I recorded it, who the winner is of the 2023 version. Adrian's the first. Can he hold his reign, or is Colin or maybe possibly somebody else? I explained in the video that there's a possibility for other people as well to take that throne. Just depends on what those 5 songs are and who picked them. So tune into that next week. Make sure that you see it. And if you haven't seen any of those videos, my suggestion to you is go back to 40 to 36, 35 to 31. Don't just watch the last video. See the lead up. And then if you had fun with that and you enjoyed that, Dan, I'm talking to you, then go back and watch the whole channel first, Casey Kasem's Top 40, because the songs on that one, I'm going to admittedly say, are better than the songs that are on this one because you have like the span of the whole channel versus 1 year specifically. So keep that in mind. Let's go into this set. Like I said, this is a unique set that we're doing today because I'll tell you why in a second. First up, we have Ivy, the Ivanator here, which once again, tell Jason we understand that he has to work, but we miss his presence here, his quirkiness, the man who makes Jason who he is. But here, Ivy said that she had a song that she wanted to turn in, so she turned in a one-song set, or what now is going to be on a hodgepodge, which is totally acceptable for us to do. So this is what she says. She says, "Hey, Cap. Here is that single to add to your review of the EP that drops on April 3rd. This is a song by, the band is called Trope. The song is Here's to the Lonely and also features Gavin Harrison from Porcupine Tree, holy shit, and Tony Franklin from Blue Murder, who I do not know. Obviously know Gavin Harrison, the dude is a monster beast on the drums. Trope is currently on tour with Soen, which is it Soen that I think comes to Ohio or did come to Ohio, but it was in Cleveland, and I was just like, I'm not driving up to Cleveland again. I've traveled to freaking Pittsburgh and now Cincinnati for Caligula's Horse and Haken, and I love Soen. I like their songs, but I don't like them enough to drive 2.5 hours to Cleveland on a work night, so it's not going to happen. It says Trope is currently on tour with Soen, and their new album, is it Dyad, D-Y-A-D, I think it's Dyad, is coming out this spring. So wait, Trope's new album is called Dyad, is coming out this spring. So if you like what you hear today in this song that Ivy is turning in for this band, their single, this dropped on April 3rd. It is now April 27th, so it's been out for a bit. Then check these guys out. So let's get into this. Ivy, here we go with Trope. Okay. Sounds kind of grungy. Okay, I'm digging this. Sounds like Led Zeppelin. Or something from like the 70s rock era. Turn it up a little bit. Ooh. And I like her voice. Ooh. I like that. Could this be like the rock version of the Indigo Girls? I like that riff. I have to catch up on your comments. You guys know I love choruses. Ivy, I think you picked the song because you knew I'd like it too. Halftime is life. Nice, and transition back into the verse. I think that was a harmonic on the bass. Back to 16th notes. Ivy, I'm digging it, and it's different for the channel, which I've been asking for a long time. Let's get out of our rut of the same kind of music. This does it, and I like it. 2 birds with 1 stone. Good job, Ivy. Oh, Jason is in the chat. What's up, buddy? I can see a bunch of people starting to get bored with this song in the chat. Okay, I like it, but it's kind of not connecting with me. I love it. Okay, let's see what this little break is. It's weird. The beginning of the song had that very Led Zeppelin-y feel, and it hasn't had it really since. I still like it, but that Led Zeppelin feel was pretty cool, like stoner rock. Band is called Trope. All right. So, number one, Ivy. Nice job picking a song that doesn't fit the typical sound on this channel. I'll say it again. Totally up for having some new blood, new sounds on this channel, whether it's rap or whatever. Not saying we're going to like it, but at least have like venture out into new ground on some music that's not just kind of focused on either like metal or like progressive rock or something like that. It would be nice from time to time, and that kind of hit that little spot for me. As far as the song overall, I'm trying to think if that would go on a playlist. I think it would. I'm just trying to think of what playlist it would go on. It's a little too heavy or whatever to go on my campfire playlist, because the campfire playlist has got to be like chill, you know, like you're sitting around a campfire listening to the Eagles, that kind of stuff. But it would definitely go probably on an all songs list, which is every song I have. I think it's up in the 5,000s now. So it probably won't get played that often, but if it's on that playlist, it'll be on a playlist. Yeah, I dug it. I felt like it had like I said, a kind of 70s rockish sound when I first heard it, but then it kind of went into more of a grungy feel, like grunge sound of the 90s or whatever. But I liked her voice, thought it fit well with the music, and wasn't overly long. It started getting to a point where I was like, is this going to get too long? I don't know. So, nice choice, Ivy. If you all liked the group is named Trope. If you like them, go out and check them out some more. Question that you can answer in the chat for us, Ivy, is, again, this is pretty notorious for every band, including progressive rock or heavy metal, whatever genre. Most bands are a one-song wonder. Remember, not one-hit wonder. That's different. A one-song wonder. My favorite band at the moment, obviously, is Caligula's Horse, and they are a one-song wonder. And what I mean by that is that their songs are really, really good, but every song pretty much is the same formula and sounds good, if you like it. And I think Caligula's Horse is like that. They have two kind of distinct writing styles. They have the Golem style, and then they have like the Hands Are the Hardest style. I feel like you could say the same thing about Tool. Tool is very like just one song wonder. It's like The Pot and, you know, the other songs off the new album, they have that like framework that is just awesome and it's good, but it's the same kind of song, really. Is this band like that? Is this band going to sound like this pretty much every song, or do they have more of an eclectic? One of the reasons I love Haken, which I've told you guys, is that Haken, you have shit like Drowning in the Flood, and then you have like this whole other softer side. The reason I love Dream Theater as my favorite band of all time is you could listen to Wither, and then you could listen to like Endless Sacrifice, like completely different styles of writing. So again, it's not a necessarily bad thing, but it is an interesting kind of, I would say 90% of plus bands have like a writing style, one song style that they write, and it kind of just overdo that a lot. So is this band like that? That's what I'm getting to. Some of the questions I saw when I was kind of going through the chat that I want to answer real quick before we get to number 2 is, Ivy said you should do a recap of your number 1 songs from your top 40 and then rank them against each other. It wouldn't even be close. That's a good idea, but again, the number 1 through 10 of the top 40 overall versus the 1 through 10 of the 2023 version is not even close. Like, I would pick the same 1 through 10 of those. So the top 40, pretty much almost all of the top 40 of the original would beat out the top 40 of the 2023 version, because there were so many great songs to choose from. The pool in the 2023 version was not. So I see some of you kind of debating about a tie in the Casey Kasem's top 40, if that's what happens. If there is a tie, there might be, then we would have a one-song standoff between the two tiebreakers, or between the tiebreaker of people. They would turn in one song each, and based off what the chat thought of that one song would be the winner overall of the top 40 2023 version. So keep that in mind. All right, I have so many of these things for you guys to catch up on your chats, but I will get to that in a second. Let's get to number 2. Number 2 is actually Michael Herman's daughter. I think there was one time where she was in the chat and I was bitching about how like I lost like 10 subscribers in one day for some odd reason, and that not many people watch the channel or the videos. And she, out of pity, subscribed. So I don't know how it transpired, but I said something like, well, you get a free song for that. So she says this. She says, "Hi, I'm Herman's daughter, the one who subscribed to you out of pity." She says, "This has been my favorite song for the last couple years. It's just really catchy and the lyrics resonated with me too. Always has me singing along." So hopefully, Herman, your daughter is here. Rebecca, I think is her name. Number 1, Rebecca, if you are here, or Michael, how old is your daughter? If you don't mind, if that's not too personal. And then, who is this band and what is the song? Because you didn't write it in the email. So I just uploaded it by connecting the link that you give me. But I don't know who this band is, and I don't know what song it is. So I'm just going to play it. And in the chat, tell us who the band is and that kind of thing so I know. Here we go. Okay. What's up, Rebecca? She's 22. All right.
I knew it from the start. Back when I met you, let you
Hell yeah. This is very like Earth, Wind and Fire, 70s R&B. Different again for the channel. I love it. Heck yeah. And that's what I love, Colin. This is different, and I like the song. Beautiful harmonies. Yeah, definitely. Jean-Francois has got like a Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind and Fire feel. Michael. Okay, so is it Nephobia by Brainstory? So, okay. I see Brainstory on the album cover. I don't know how to say, I think it's Nephobia, but I'm probably saying it wrong. Colin already asking for the double time. Come on, bro, just chill. Get that heart rate down. This is the kind of music, Colin, you make love to, not the double time. Your poor wife call you the rabbit. Although the rabbit produced twins. Rebecca, I'm already digging this. Yeah, I'm definitely putting this on a playlist. I love that bass line too. Oh, this is such good music. I mean, this is totally... Para should be here so he can like do some mushrooms. Oh. All right, yeah, for all you druggies out there, that's a great Get High song. Man, that's a great Get High song. What can I say? I am ecstatic right now because we have music on this channel that is not fitting the typical music that we have on this channel, and that sometimes could be a bad thing, because I think we had that Kanye West song here a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was like God is something, and it was the worst fucking song, and I still don't understand how so many people think Kanye West, and besides his personal life, I don't give a shit about people's personal life, but his music, Gold Digger, right? Not a bad song, but this song that we listened to that's on the channel, I think it's still on there, and I got ripped to shreds for it. It was like the worst song ever. It was like, it literally was the rapping of like, I think you're cool, so I'm a fool. It was like that kind of shitty ass rapping, and sometimes it goes bad, but in this case, my point being, we have 2 songs on here that don't fit the bill of what we normally listen to, and I'm like 2 for 2 on these. So Ivy, nice job. Rebecca, nice job. Really happy that we really happy that we're having this kind of live situation right now. So yeah, definitely Smoking a Bowl was a good one during that last song. What would I rate it? I do like the first one, but I think I'm more of an R&B / 70s kind of guy, so I'm gonna say 2-1 for me right now. But I definitely like the first song. Both of these are going on playlists, so yay. All right, let's get to our next song, and this is the debut of Mr. Dan. Dan is in the chat, I think. He's probably lurking there behind. So just to give you some background on this, received this email from Dan saying that they wanted us to have the debut of one of their songs on the album. Interesting, this debut was April 3rd, which is the same day was that Trope song was released from Ivy. So very interesting. We got 2 songs released on the same day from probably completely different style bands. But before I agreed to this, I wrote Dan and I said, just so you know, if we're going to do this, this is a real reaction. It may not benefit you because some of the people in the chat are a little picky, i.e. Colin, who loves only double time. And we're honest. We're not here, obviously, there's not a ton of people on this channel. We're honest. We're not here to get views. I don't want this to become my lifetime's job, is to make a living off of this. So I'm just going to tell it like it is. The people in the chat are going to tell it like it is. Doesn't mean your music is bad just because we don't like it, but we're going to tell you if we don't like it. We'll tell you if we do like it. So Dan, after receiving my reply about that, said, yeah, let's go do it anyway. So props to Dan for number 1, turning in the song for us to listen to and react to. Number 2, having the balls to face actual possible criticism of his song. So let's get to that. This is what he says. He says, hey, Dan here from Brazilian American rock band Added Color is the name of the band. We are releasing a new music video for our song Disposable on April 3rd, which was past now, and would love to get your reaction to it. We really enjoy your videos. Loved your video on artificial language. Hell yeah, that's right. And Para would love that too, right? Artificial language kicks some serious hole. And would love to hear your thoughts on our newest track. So he gave me the track, and that's what we're going to listen to now. This is Disposable by Added Color. And is this going to get, I think, is it a live, like an actual video that's going to get blocked? We get blocked a lot on here, Dan. All right, so here we go. Let's get into this Disposable by Added Color. Okay, right into it. Ooh, I like this, like, tempo already. Dan, is this any of you in the band actually the person getting dunked in the water, or is this actors or friends? Dude, I love that. It sounds almost like a delay, but it's not. Is it? Maybe? No, I think that's keyboard making that sound. Oh, you're the one doing the dunking? But that's not you being dunked. Who's the one being dunked, man? I like the chorus, a little electronic-y. I can see you trying to be nice and not grab his neck too hard. Okay, so your brother, like blood brother? That's great. Adrian, I think that's a great comparison. Agent Fresco is. Yeah, I get it. Daniel, have you heard of Agent Fresco? We've had them on the channel quite a bit, and I've actually have several of their songs on my playlist, so. Yeah, I'm digging, and I like the, just that like, Yes, Ryan, I do hear those vibes too, but not so much on the front. But the whole like keyboard has that like leprous feel. Nice. All right, see you, Rebecca. Thank you for turning the song in. I need to look at the lyrics too. It's hard. Well, no. That's something I would do later. I think your brother, I think it's Kiko, sounds pretty good. We got kind of a chill section. I'm guessing it's gonna go back into the chorus and blow up again one more time as a, if that's the outro. Ooh, look at Jason picking this first. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Halftime is life, bitch. Keep this going. Keep this going. This is my favorite part of the fucking song right here. Ooh! Break it down. Best part of the song. God, Adrian's got this number one too. Holy shit. Is that the end? That is the end. All right. Okay, so Dan, my thoughts on it. Number one, if you don't mind in the chat, tell us, number one, you said this is a different direction for you guys. What was the other style, or was it completely different than this, or was it similar but not as maybe this kind of direction? What do you mean by this is a different direction for us? And if you don't mind, why did you go that direction? Was it because the other one wasn't working out for you? You didn't like it as much, personally? What made this direction change? As far as what I feel about the song, I also want to know, are you a one-song wonder band in that almost all your songs are going to kind of have this electronic-y, this kind of feel to it? Or is there like a plethora of different sounds or styles within each song? Meaning, like, for instance, I didn't really hear a clear, like, obviously guitar solo or, bass line that was really like a bass player. I did hear a lot of keyboard, electronic, and singing and sounds. In your other songs, do you guys actually have a band that all has the instruments, drummer, that kind of stuff? Even the drums sounded electronic on this. Do you have actually like a live set drummer? Those kinds of questions, if you don't mind putting them in the chat, that would be great. As far as my personal, I'm going to put this second. I like the first song better. I feel like this song was good. I kind of liked it. I do agree with Adrian that it has an Agent Fresco sort of feel. I kind of dig that. But I also felt like for the song, other than the chorus kind of going up a little bit, it was a little flat throughout. I would have liked much more of the end because that last section was fucking sick. That drop, and I've always, but again, this is a personal thing, love lower, slower tempo and just grit straight like fucking, and that last part of it just had it. So really like the last part. If the song had either one or two more of those like sections, I felt like it wouldn't have fell as flat through a lot of it. It was good, not great is how I would say it. So that's my take on it. You can see everybody else's in the chat's take on it. Really happy that you turned it in for us. If you have another song maybe that you feel like would represent your band, let me know, and maybe when I get back from Korea we can try a second one if you want. Just keep it in mind. Okay, so Daniel, you are the drummer. Trio, okay. Got it, that's great. Yeah, like that. Trios are good. You're like the okay, it's actually real. Oh, it is actually real drums. It sounded electronic stuff to me, like a pad or something. Okay, well, for the sake of time, because I think we're at like 36 minutes, let's move on. So this next section, the last two songs that we're going to listen to today are picked by me, well, kind of by me. Don't get angry if this is stuff you don't like. As Ivy said, I picked shitty songs too, according to you guys. Of course, I like them, but this is a chance for me to throw something out there, so I took it. This first song comes from the most popular video. Ironically, it fits too the theme of this so-called hodgepodge, in that there was a video, I can't remember, a long time ago, Jacob Collier, who you all know is considered like today's Bach. He's just a whiz. He's really amazing. Not at just one thing. He's like a jack of all trades and master of all trades too. He's like got both of them, especially when it comes to writing music. And I reacted to a song All Night Long, which is the Lionel Richie song that he rearranged or somewhat rearranged. And the reason I listened to it is because it had Take Six on it. And as you guys all know, Take Six is my favorite vocal group. I love vocal harmony when it's like gospel-y / R&B / that kind of stuff. Not the cheesy like barbershop quartet stuff. Don't really like that. So I reacted to that song, and because it's Jacob Collier, it has like the most views of any other video I've had on this channel. I think it's up in the 20,000s, which is crazy for me. From listening to that, I get a lot of comments and I get a lot of like reactions to that, which obviously those people are not going to like the rest of the stuff that's on this channel. But a lot of them have over the years, because it was like several years ago that I reacted to that song. I was in Korea still. They asked me to do another reaction to this song that's sung by all these bass singers. I was originally going to put this on the I can't remember, in March or something like that. I had a song to choose, and I ended up choosing The Cost, that El Estepario one, that band. I was going to choose this song instead, but it didn't fit the theme, so that's why I went with The Cost. Oops. So now I'm going to show it now because they've asked me to react to it. Supposedly it is these bass singers that do a version of Hoist the Colors that is from Pirates of the Caribbean. I have never seen those movies, so I have no idea. but supposedly it's a Pirates of the Caribbean theme song that these bass singers rearranged on YouTube and sang to it, and they wanted me to react to it because it's a vocal harmony, vocal thing. And so I'm going to listen to it and see if I like it. How many of you guys have seen Pirates of the Caribbean? Do you like it? Is this going to be a theme song that obviously I'm going to have no idea what it's about, but you guys may if you've seen that movie. Either way, they asked me to react to this, so I'm going to react to it since we have this opening in the set. So hopefully it still fits the theme of different. I think it is, because if it's vocal harmony, it's going to be very different than our typical stuff on here, which is going with our theme today. So here we go with Hoist the Colors. Doesn't sound like vocal harmony.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed.
You can sing that one.
Bound her in her bones.
Damn, that's low.
The seas be ours, and by the powers where
I wish I could sing that low.
we roam. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high.
Ooh, that sounds fucking sick.
Thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Woo! Do you hear that fucking note? It's like an octave below what I can sing.
Some have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea.
Ooh, I love the lowness of this.
To the cage and the devil to pay, we lay to fiddler's grave.
Holy shit, that's low. That's like take 6 low.
All hands, hoist the colors high.
Dude, that sounds fucking sick.
Thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Oh my god.
All together, hoist the colors high.
Oh my god, that is fucking beautiful.
Thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Is that it?
The bell has been raised from its watery grave.
Holy shit!
Hear its sepulchral tone. We call
It's like the bottom of the piano.
Pay heed the squall and turn yourselves toward home.
That is like, I'm pretty sure Take 6 bass can sing almost that low, if not that low. That's one of the lowest notes I've heard in a while.
Hoist the colors high.
Dude, that chord right there is fucking sick.
Thieves and beggars,
This makes me feel like a fucking Viking going into battle. Or a pirate, I guess.
all together, hoist the colors high.
Holy shit, this is sick. Dude, if I was going into battle, this is the kind of shit that I want to listen to. Is this Is this the version that's in Pirates of the Caribbean, supposedly? Show. I can sing that note. Woo! Oh, and you can hear like a pirate ship or some sort of wooden ship.
Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this cover of Hoist the Colors made by me and my friends from TikTok.
Oh, you were
As
right,
most of
Ivy.
you
It is
probably
Hans
know,
Zimmer.
this was
I
a
didn't know
large
fucking Hans Zimmer does
TikTok thing
everything.
That happened about a month or two ago, and everyone really wanted a full cover of it, so thank you for supporting us and allowing us to make this. As you guys just heard, we have
You
some
need to get
incredibly talented
Mr.
people
Vinny.
on this music video, so if you want to check any of them out, all of their links are in the description of this music video, so go give them a follow, go subscribe to them, and check out their content. And last but not least, in case you guys
Okay,
didn't know,
I'm gonna
I
get
have a
off it. I'm not
Patreon
here for an
page
ad.
with a ton of bonus.
All right, so hell fucking yes. I can see why the people, whoever the people are that are commenting on the Jacob Collier, what's the song? All Night Long song that I reacted to for this, because I've put Take 6 on here a couple times. Obviously, most of you are not gonna dig it, but I do. Couple things here that are interesting. Number one, the lowest that I've heard, and well, I mean, I heard some gospel singers. There's some gospel singers that can hit really low, like B1-ish. The Take 6 bass singer can hit B1, E1. I mean, he can hit all of those low notes. I don't know what his lowest note is, but I'm pretty sure it's about this. And he's considered probably the best bass singer in the world. He's just, well, I'm sure there's a top 1%, just like there is in guitar players and drummers. He's in that top 1%. Mostly for his ability to go through fast, quick lines, like a bass line, going octaves and different octaves and stuff like that, really hard notes to jump and hitting them perfectly on pitch. But this song arrangement is absolutely sick. The second thing I'm thinking is, I've said this before in the channel a couple of times, in my opinion, lower range melody and lower range harmony, even the same notes just sounds better than higher range. Even the same notes, just different octaves. I feel like the middle C and lower, when people harmonize and do melodies in those kind of octaves, just sounds overall more appealing than like take like a soprano 1, soprano 2, alto 1, alto 2, and like put them together and then put like what, bass 1, bass 2, baritone, I guess tenor 1. Those harmonies I think are going to sound better with dudes typically singing that than girls and their harmony. And this is like that and even lower. Like you can get to the low of the piano to where you can't even hear the decibels because it's so low and you can't hear it. But that was absolutely sick. I think I'm gonna put that first. Holy shit, that was my favorite song today. Those of you who've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm guessing Pirates of the Caribbean is about this kind of. So it's called Hoist the Colors, which I'm assuming Hoist the Colors means like show that you're going into battle or this is who you are. That was just absolutely sick. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind listening to that kind of stuff again if it's that kind of like harmony. I think that was absolutely sick. It does remind me of like a Amon Amarth kind of shit without the drums, but just like and I love the tempos slow or low, and I love the harmonies when it's something da 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 da. That like chord there is just absolutely brilliant when you have like all low singers but kind of doing parts still. Oh, so good. So I'm so glad if you are a person that happens to be listening to this that was on the Jacob Collier reactions. We've done several of them, which are awesome, a lot of them. Thank you for suggesting this because this was definitely the surprise of the day for me. That's going on a playlist. Faux show. All right, let's get into the last song of the day. We are at 48 minutes, so this should hopefully be perfect. This is my chance to kind of, as you guys have all known, I thought I would take the time to do this. This is more about me than it is about you guys. So regardless of whether you like it or not, or this is your thing, that's not the point of me sharing this. This is kind of like me documenting it for myself so that later I can go back and watch this and just kind of remember, kind of have some sort of recollection of the feelings that I've had for the several past weeks. As you know, guys and girls, today marks exactly 3 weeks since my father passed. And it's been tough. To just give some backstory, he had some dementia that set in about 3-4 years ago when we came back from Korea. That was part of the reason that we lived with him. Is he started declining a little bit, and then he got diagnosed with dementia. So then we had to put him into residential as he was declining a little bit more. So we kind of knew that he probably didn't have 15 years to live, also with his age. But it was a very slow decline. If you know anything about dementia, it's a shitty situation. The one thing I remember being in middle school, my dad said was that he never wanted to have that kind of illness, that he would rather just die of a heart attack like that. That was his dream, and unfortunately he got what he didn't want. And so the way dementia works is it's called the stair step. So you like start declining, but you don't decline like this. You go boom and something happens. Either you fall or some transition that causes your capacities to go down either physically or mentally. And then you're there for a while, and then you go down another step, and then you go down another step. He was also diagnosed with some cancer that was considered very, very slow growing, and that was right when we got home, so that was 4 years ago, so it obviously was slow growing. But we always kind of knew that death was around the corner at some point, and we kind of figured when the cancer finally sets in or starts kind of growing in other places, it's going to be a quick decline, and that's kind of, we can't prove it, but that's kind of what happened, was that, he was kind of on his normal decline, and then he just stopped eating, and then he started sleeping all day long, and within a week and a half he was passed. So today marks exactly 3 weeks since my dad left this world. It's been really tough. Like all situations, a couple things that are crazy to me is, and I knew this before, but there's one thing about knowing an idea and then experiencing an idea, and this is the experience part of it that's setting in of knowledge, is I knew before that, when people die, many people die a day, and time just moves on. It doesn't give a fuck. It just keeps going. Life moves on. But when my dad died, it's like, okay, obviously it affects me in a more personal way than other people. When your parents die, it affects you in a more personal way than when other random people die. But even 3 weeks later, it's amazing how time is just not even caring about my dad anymore. And even me, I still feel it, but obviously it's not as strong as it was when it first happened, because time moves on and your body either does other things, it just moves on. So I'm doing this to try to remember for me as well, and just kind of say goodbye publicly with you guys one final time to my dad. So one of the things that I said at his funeral, I didn't speak to the whole crowd or anything like that. But one of the things I wanted to say was I said to my dad before he passed that I'm pretty sure he heard. I did get to say goodbye and I love you to him. And I'm pretty sure he heard it, and he did respond back by trying to get out I love you too. So I got that experience, which was great. And one of the things that I read to him about how I was thankful that he was my dad is I said, I have a favorite memory with you, Dad. And that memory is what I'm going to share with you guys to kind of end this and to say goodbye to my dad. So again, this is not about you. This is about me. And you're along for the ride if you want. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. So with this, I'm going to go to the song, and then I'm going to pause it. So, my favorite memory that I have with my dad is just some background. Obviously, Dream Theater is a band that very few people like. And when you like them and you get them. And this kind of music that we all listen to on this channel is the same way. My dad was a normal dad, didn't have any musical background whatsoever. None of us in my family had musical backgrounds at all. And one day I came home because I started listening to Dream Theater in '94 when I was a sophomore in high school, still living with him. And didn't really share it, obviously, with my dad because my dad's not going to like that shit. and went to college. And then one time I came back from college my freshman year, and he heard, I think we were listening to it on the way home because he was still driving me to and from college because it was like 3 hours away. And he had Dream Theater in there because I popped it in or something. And to my utter amazement, even to this day, my dad loved what he was listening to. We heard Pull Me Under, and he just liked it. He was like, "Oh, I love that guitar sound." I was like, "What? What?" And I thought it was just that one song, and then that was it. But my dad, I went away to college again, and then when I came back that summer, I think of 2000, no, the summer of 96 or 97, I came back, and in my dad's car, you know when you used to have like the envelope of CDs that you'd pop in your CD player? He had all of the Dream Theater albums up to that point. And I was absolutely shocked. Couldn't believe it. So that is something that we bonded on that we never should have bonded on, because I never would have guessed in a million years, and still wouldn't guess that my dad would actually like Dream Theater. Like, he didn't just do it because he was trying to help his son. He actually liked it. So because of that, we actually went to a concert together, which is my favorite memory with my dad. And so I'm going to show this to you here. When I went with my dad, hopefully you guys can see this. This is the concert that we went to. You can see right here that it says July 2nd, 2003. So I had just graduated from my master's, and I was coming back for the summer. And this was the Metropolis kind of 2000 tour that Dream Theater did. They did it in 2000, but they played a lot of the songs still, because a lot of these are from that, as well as 6 Degree of Inner Turbulence. And as you can see here, let me move. The last song of the night was Scene 8, The Spirit Carries On. And here is the ticket that I have here. You can see I went with my dad. We were in the very front row, right in front of John Petrucci. And it was just a great experience, as you could tell, experiencing a concert with my dad in the front row. It was a beautiful night, beautiful weather. I actually caught Mike Portnoy's stick that night. He threw it just randomly, and I put my hand out and caught it, and I still have that stick. And when my father passed, eventually I put this ticket in my dad's hands, because his hands were crossed in the casket, and put it in his hands and said goodbye and said thank you for this memory. So what we're going to do is listen to this last song that we listened to together. And the reason I wanted to listen to it is not only because of the words of the song match exactly what we're talking about, but because it was the song that my dad really didn't know. And when we heard it in concert this day on July 2nd, 2003, my dad never cried. I think he cried maybe like 3 or 4 times, or I saw him cry 3 or 4 times in my life. He didn't cry, but he definitely got welled up when he listened to this song. And afterwards said that song was absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful song. And that's the song we're going to listen to. So for those of you who are Dream Theater fans, you're going to know this song. This is The Spirit Carries On. The words are very poignant and amazing, and obviously the guitar solo is absolutely amazing as well. And I'll try to put the words up there so you guys can see it. But this is my way to say goodbye to my dad. So here we go. Let's get into it. See if I can do this correctly. There's the words. Oh, Michael, yeah, that's what my dad had as well, was Lewy body. And he had Parkinson's too. It's called The Spirit Carries On. Thanks, Scott K, for the words. Man, I just imagine, I remember my dad and I sitting there. They played this exact, I mean, this probably would have been a couple of months after we saw this exact same performance. What's up, Xander? I love the notes he chooses here. They're perfect. And I think James in this performance sounds excellent. He sounds great. It's from Metropolis 2. It's live, scenes from a memory. That's great, Daniel. Yeah, I still have that stick. Love the words again.
What lay before is anything certain in life.
Exactly, Daniel.
They say life is too short. The here and the now, and you're only given one shot. Could there be more? Have I lived before? Or could this be all that we've got? If I died tomorrow,
Crowd sings with them.
I'd be alright, because I believe that after we're gone, the spirit carries on.
I didn't think about this, but it might get blocked. I hope not. Dad, one more push.
Used to be frightened of dying. I used to think death was the end, but that was before. I'm not scared anymore. I know that my soul transcends. We never find all the answers. I may never understand why. I may never prove what I know to be true, but I know that I still have to try. Sing it! If I die tomorrow, I'd be alright, because I believe that after we're gone,
All right, Daniel, man. Take care.
carries on. My heart beat breaks, I'm weak in my grave, because I'm no longer here. But please never let your memory of me disappear.
This is why Petrucci's top 1%. Worship, gospel music. Went to church and and he never listened to music at all. Oh no, it's gonna get blocked. Yeah, it's gonna get blocked here in a second. My dad's first name was Gary. Gary Joe Morgan. Thanks, Scott. Let's bring it home for Gary one more time.
Safe in the light that surrounds me, free of the fear and the pain. My questioning mind has helped me to find the meaning in my life again. Victorious will, I finally feel at peace with the girl in my dreams. And now that I'm here, it's perfectly clear. I found out what all of this means. Come on, sing it. If I died tomorrow, I'd be alright. Because I believe that after we're gone, the spirit carries
Did we make it through? Oh. All right, your stream is no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. Luckily, I didn't think about it at all when I uploaded this to think that it was probably gonna get blocked. That being a Dream Theater song like this, I should have known better. But oh well, we made it through pretty much the whole song, so you guys got to see that. Thank you guys for experiencing that with me. The only song that makes me cry like this when I think of my dad now is the James Blunt Monster song. If you guys have not seen that video, good luck trying to make it through that one. I mean, it's just James Blunt's voice is a little peculiar, but because we have James LeBrie and other different, singers that have kind of odd voices as well, I could handle it more. But yeah, James Blunt's Monster song in the video. You got to watch it with the video because the video is very touching. If you guys don't know the story behind it, James Blunt's father was diagnosed with some sort of kidney failure disease or something like that, and was given, I think, like several months to live. And so he wrote this song and did this like in one take. He did the video with his dad, kind of. And because of the video and because the song went viral, they found a kidney transplant for his dad. And his dad, I think, is still living to the day. But at the time that he made the video and the song, he had no idea that his dad was going to survive. He thought his dad was going to die. So, yeah, thank you guys for letting me share that, kind of get it off my chest, kind of publicly say one final time that, Dad, I love you and I will miss you. You were a great dad, and there were many things to be thankful for that I had you as my dad. And, obviously had our differences. Every dad has their faults, and you had your faults. I had my faults. which is perfectly said in the James Blunt song, Monsters. So if you guys haven't heard it, go listen to that song and try to not cry. And if your dad hasn't passed away yet, good luck listening to that song anyway. Thanks, Ivy. Thanks, Michael, Jeff, Jean, Jason, Adrian, Scott K. Thank you all for being here and sticking around for it. And we have one more set coming up next Saturday. That's an actual live set, and that is our old and new set by there's a number. What number is it? It's number 11. So older new set number 11 with Colin to kind of finish off our time before I go to Korea, and then the next day will be the upload that I have of the 2023 Top 40 finale. So watch that. I'll probably be around for that. I do have a lot of stuff to do before I leave on Monday morning. So, all right, you guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for sticking around again and let me get that off my chest. And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.